Hey guys, welcome to my newest video, November 1st. I look half dead. I say it was a long night, but I was exhausted after getting home from the drive-in last night. I got one movie watched and then passed out at 12:30. Yeah, living the life. So the marathon is over. I'm taking a break from the horror movies for a couple of days because I didn't get to Don't Breathe, Terrifier, Invisible Man. There was Near Dark. That was one I put on my cart and I never got to it. I'm not waiting till next year to watch all these. I'm gonna watch them before the year is out. But I did get through a couple I finally said I was gonna get through. But we will just get started. This is everything from the 25th to last night. So 150. Oh yeah, I ended at 197. 11 films under last year's record, but that's okay because I didn't set a goal for myself. I just wanted to watch as many as I can, and I did that. So we will get started. 159, I watched Ernest Scared Stupid. This is for October 25th. Blu-ray. And then 160, I watched The Changeling. 161, I watched Beyond Reanimator. 162 was a first-time viewing, and I watched the unrated cut of Truth or Dare, which everybody seems to hate, and I liked, so I gave it a 7 out of 10. 163, I meant to watch the other part in this double feature, but I never got around to it. I watched Tales from the Crypt, and then ended that night 164 with Dead Silence. Then for the October 26th, 165. Everybody knows how I feel about Event Horizon. I won't go on. Oh, excuse me. 165 or 166, I'm sorry. The OG Pet Cemetery, and the only one I ended up watching. 167, I watched In the Mouth of Madness. I had a theme this day, and I didn't realize it till later. And here was the theme. I watched Disc 2, Season 2 of The Munsters. I went Event Horizon, Sam Neill. Pet Cemetery, Fred Gwynn. In the Mouth of Madness, Sam Neill. Then The Munsters, Fred Gwynn. I thought, oh, I didn't do that on purpose. I just wanted to watch it. And ended that night 168 with Dr. Sleep. Put that over there because I will be actually over here because I'll be going back to that. So for October 27th, 169, I watched The Shallows. And then 170, I watched The Conjuring, the only one I got to this marathon. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm thirsty. 171, I watched on Shudder. It was one of the Behind the Monster documentaries, and I watched the one on Michael Myers. I really enjoyed that one, 8 out of 10, and I think the one for Candyman is going to drop soon, so I can't wait to watch that. 172, I watched Leviathan. Oh, excuse me. Just can't stop burping all of a sudden. And ended that night 173 with End of Days. Don't care what anybody says. I love this movie. Mostly to see Arnie. Two things. For him to take on the devil when the devil is played by Gabriel Byrne. Yeah. And this character he plays is the most freaking human character he plays. He's a very broken man in this one. He's not the Terminator. He's not Commando. He's not True Lies character. He's not none of that. He is a very broken man. And that's one of the reasons I love this movie. So, flip my page over. October 28th, 174, I watched The Birds. 175, I watched Lights Out. And 176, one movie I've been saying for the last 2 years I was gonna get to and I never got to. And I think, if I remember, Chance Pryor, I think it was you, said, are you gonna get to this movie? Guess what? I finally got it. 176, Get Out, which is my highest rated first time viewing of this marathon, 9 out of 10. I can see where the hype came from. The one guy, the friend, kind of annoyed me off and on, so I ended up forwarding his scenes because he just annoyed the piss out of me. But yes, I get the hype. I love this movie. Definitely deserved the accolades it got and the Oscar that Jordan Peele got. So I finally got that one watched. 177, I watched 1979's Dracula. Definitely recommend this. And then ended that night very oddly with this one, but I figured it's time to bring out Nightmare Before Christmas 178. So for the 29th, I watched The Woman in Black. I love this one too. And 180, though I've been watching scary movies since I was a kid, like, I think you can count The Watch in the Woods, Mr. Boogedy, Bride of Boogedy, and Ghostbusters. I think this is what started my absolute love of horror when I was 6 years old, and I'm all grateful for it. Even my dad, who I've said on this channel does not like scary movies, he likes this one, mostly because I made him watch it so many times. Number 180, The Monster Squad. And 181, first time viewing, I did get through this series, this marathon, and I've been saying for the last 4, 5, 6, 7 years I was going to watch the sequels and never did. I did this marathon. 181, The Purge Anarchy, which I really, really liked, 8 out of 10. So I got to do a list of my favorite Purge movies, but yeah, I did really like this one. And then 182, I watched 30 Days of Night, great vampire movie. And 183 was another first time viewing. I had high hopes for this one, and it wasn't bad. It just wasn't what I was expecting. But I did enjoy it. I gave it a 7 out of 10, and that was Tales from the Hood. I switched out that cover. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought this was different. But I don't know. But I did like this movie, so I will be keeping it. 184, didn't watch this series. I only decided to watch the first one and the second one. And I've stated a couple of times, up until Conjuring 2, this was my favorite horror film sequel of all time. It only dropped to 2, but this held that position from 1993 to 2016, and that was Psycho 2. And then ended that night 185 with Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I got to see this in the theater when it came out. Kind of wish it came out a little bit after my marathon so I could count it, but it came out just before the marathon started. So October 30th, 186, had to watch my favorite vampire movie of all time, Bram Stoker's Dracula. And then 187 was a first time viewing. Oh, excuse me. And that was The Purge Election Year, another one that I got 8 out of 10 for. I tried to take this sticker off, but it started to rip. And speaking of that, when I took the sticker off of Get Out, before I took the picture, it ripped the slipcover, so I ended up getting rid of it. Stop putting the goddamn stickers on the slipcovers, please. But yeah, I did enjoy this one. I know this one got a lot of flack, but I actually really like this one. And then 188, I was hoping to get to the one for this, but I never did. I watched All Hallows Eve. I was going to watch Terrifier on Halloween, but then I ran out of time. And then 189, I watched The First Purge, first time viewing. It was okay. At least we got to see what started this whole thing. But yeah, so 7 out of 10. And then I watched The Forever Purge, 190. I did like this one, even though it was a 7 out of 10. But I did like this one. I like the idea of what would happen if the Purge just decided to continue. And I love the fact that the only 2 borders that would open up were Mexico and Canada. And I was laughing the minute they said Canada because I'm Canadian. And I thought, wouldn't the Canadians come down to do the Purge? Or are we too nice? No, we ain't nice. Not anymore, trust me. But yeah, I finally watched the Purge franchise. I'm so happy to finally have this done. And this was the last first time viewing movie for the marathon. And then I ended the 30th off with disc 3, and unfortunately I didn't finish this, but I only have one disc left, so I'm gonna watch it in the next couple of days. But I'm so bummed I didn't get to finish this, but I did watch a good portion of it, so put that over there. And now onto Halloween, which I did not get a first time viewing on, but that's okay. For start of the day, 191, I watched Hocus Pocus. Then 192, I watched Casper. 193, this has been a staple for me since it came out in 1999, but it came out November 99, so it technically started in 2000. So I've basically watched this every Halloween since 2000, and that is Sleepy Hollow. Usually this is our pick to watch on the big screen outside, but my parents wanted to choose something different. Ironically, for 194, they picked another Johnny Depp movie, and one we haven't watched in a long time, From Hell. And ironically, all three of us saw this in the theater 20 years ago. I still can't believe this came out 20 years ago. I like this one. It's a really good one and a good choice that they picked. And then 195, 196, I am adding these because I went to the drive-in. Some of you may have seen all my posts, especially on Instagram stories. I don't know why it mixed up the clips. It just decided to show it from the end to the beginning. I don't know what the deal with that was. I was pissed off that happened. But I did get to go see Halloween 1 and 2 at the drive-in last night. It was cold as fuck because I didn't want to leave my car running or in the accessory whatever mode to lower the battery. So I took a really thick hoodie and a really thick blanket, and I was fine. I think the whole time of watching these two movies, I only turned the car on twice to warm up the car. Finally, I did see this in the theater a couple of years ago, but to see both of them together at the drive-in was a treat and another thing off my bucket list. So I got home just a little after 11, and I was hoping to start Halloween with this movie, and that didn't work out. So I ended up ending it again with this movie. I'm hoping next year to change that because I want to end Halloween on another type of movie. But there's nothing wrong with that. But I mean, for the last 6-7 years, I've ended Halloween night with this movie, so I need a little bit of a change. That being said, it is not a bad movie, and I think we already know what it is. Trick or Treat. I do love this movie, but I would rather start Halloween with this than end it, since I have ended it with the last 6 years. But again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's a great movie. I love it. I'm not getting sick and tired of it. Trust me. I'm just getting sick and tired of ending Halloween night with this movie. I would rather try something else. I want to try to binge the entire Halloween franchise on Halloween, but that won't work next year because Halloween Kills comes out on the 14th, so I won't be able to do it. But yeah, the marathon ends again with Trick or Treat, and boy, I was tired the minute it ended. I passed right the fuck out. So there we go, guys. The marathon is over. I did finally get to watch Get Out and the Purge movies. Still mad at myself I didn't get to Invisible Man, Near Dark, Don't Breathe, Terrifier. So usually I will put them away back in the collection. I'm keeping them out on my little Michael's tier tray thing that I have there. And I am gonna... There we go. And I'm gonna watch them by the end of the year. Like, probably right after I upload this video, I'm gonna watch the rest of the monsters. So, another year, another marathon. I did get some good viewings, good first time viewings this year, like particularly what I just showed, Purge and Get Out. I love Demons. I love the stuff. There was a bunch of others. I love the documentaries I watched over the start of the marathon, particularly that Behind the Monsters. And definitely recommend that. Let's do a little check here. But some of them were real duds, like that Prison of the Dead, Offerings. Oh my god, that was terrible. That was a 0 out of 10. Only the second movie in my lifetime I've given a 0 out of 10 for. Did like Spiral, did like Jigsaw. Saw movies overall are not my thing. I've said that before. Loved Halloween Kills. I think that's my second favorite first time viewing of this marathon. Some of them were really disappointing, even though they were 6 out of 10s, like The Dark and the Wicked and Midsummer. So, yeah, that's about it. I think the funnest first time viewing was definitely Muppets Haunted Mansion. So the booklet, if I can fix it, my trusty little booklet from Etsy that I've been writing in since 2017 will get put away till next marathon. So yeah, guys, I don't know when my next video will be because I haven't been buying any Blu-rays, and we'll see how many first time viewings I watch this month to see if I should continue with the first time viewing video at the end of the month. So that being said, until whenever my next video will be, I hope you guys have a great day. Watch a shitload of movies, and of course, as always, like, comment, please subscribe, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye, guys.